Santa Claus is an amalgam of a historical religious figure, that's St. Nicholas, and an imaginary secular one, that's Father Christmas. I'm Moira Marsh. I'm the subject librarian for folklore at Indiana University, Bloomington. Santa Claus has origins in a Christian saint's legend from the 4th century and an English imaginary figure dating from the 17th century. The saint is St. Nicholas, who was a real person. He was the bishop of Myra in what's now present-day Turkey until he died in 343. There are many legends told about him, about his miracles, about his charity, and about his kindness, especially his charity towards children. On his feast day, December the 6th, which is the day he died, he is thought to come visit children throughout Europe, especially Scandinavia and Holland, bringing gifts to the good children and symbolic punishments to the naughty ones. Father Christmas, on the other hand, first shows up around 1646 as an imaginary figure. He's the personification of Christmas cheer, the personification of abundance and feasting and jollity, not really child-focused. And he appeared in the mid-17th century as a response, in part as a response to the Puritan lawmakers who were actively trying to outlaw Christmas festivities, along with all the other holidays they could think of. So those are the two origin points. And then in the 19th century, these two figures merge. The concept of Santa Claus has changed throughout history to become more secular and more uniform. Beginning in the Reformation, for Martin Luther, St. Nicholas was way too Catholic. And so he substituted the figure Christkindl, the little Christ child, as the giver of gifts, and moved the celebration from Nicholas's feast day of December 6th to Christmas, December 25th. And then German-speaking immigrants brought this custom with them to America, and that gives us Kris Kringle, the alternate name for Santa Claus. Another change was from the Dutch and Scandinavian Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas. He's traditionally dressed as a bishop. So he wears a long robe, he wears a bishop's mitre, he's got a bishop's crozier or staff in his hand, and he rides a white horse. In America, he was secularized to no longer a bishop, but simply a jolly human. Traditionally, both Father Christmas and St. Nicholas had costumes in any number of colors: brown, green, red, purple, you name it. But then in the mid-19th century, the American illustrator Thomas Nast first settled on a red costume for his Santa Claus. And then this red costume was perpetuated by Norman Rockwell a little bit later. And then again, from the 1930s to the 1960s, in a series of ads for Coca-Cola. So today, Santa Claus and Father Christmas and St. Nicholas all wear red. So various elements of the origins of Santa Claus appear in depictions today. The gift-giving part, that's St. Nicholas. The portly figure and the jolly ho-ho-ho, that's Father Christmas. The elves in Santa's workshop may be survivals of the assistants who traditionally accompany St. Nicholas, who often appear as sort of little gnome-like creatures. And finally, the red costume is related to the colors of the traditional colors of the Christmas season, which are red and green. And that red and green is traditionally represented with the holly, which is the only plant that flowers in midwinter.